Hello students, good evening. Today we will going to see the new topic, that is the procedure of the method study. Let's start with the procedure of the method study. These are the following steps that should be carried out during the performance or during the so that we can perform the method study. So the method study can be performed in following steps. Number one is the selection of work or job to be studied. Second, collection and recording of necessary information. Third, critical examination of the existing method. Fourth, develop the new improved method. Fifth, install the new improved method. And sixth, maintain the new improved method. So these are the steps of the method study. How do we perform a method study? Now let's see the step by step how the method study is being performed. So the first thing is the selection of work or job to be studied. This is one of the most important tasks. This is the one of the most important tasks to select the appropriate job, activity or situation for method analysis, and it is mainly a managerial responsibility. Method study and its implementation will cost money. Practically any activity is a potential project for improvement, but only those jobs should be selected when there are some valid reasons for method study, like job activity is unpopular or considered dirty by the workers. Maximum cost benefit is the normal objective. So whenever we have to select a job for the method study, we need to see the important aspects of that job, that how that particular job will improve the productivity or it will reduce the cost of the working that is currently we are using. So this is the main cause of selection of the job for the work study. The most important means maximum times, if we talk about a normal objective, that is the cost benefit in during the production. So let's move to the second step. So collection and recording of necessary information. So when we obtain the facts about the present method of doing the job and record them in order to improve an activity or procedure of the fact, information is collected from the place where the job is under study and it is being executed by direct visual observation. So this can be done to the recording movement of the machine or material, recording the critical procedure in the job, recording the operator's performance, recording the path of movement of the workers with respect to the machine and allied operation, recording of the path of movement to improve workplace layout, recording the scrap generated. So basically, whenever we uh, need some information, we have to record that particular information from the place where we are going to perform this particular study. Whenever we going to perform a study, these recordings can be done with the from the movements of machine or material. It is the procedure of the job. It is the operator's performance. It is the path movement of the worker or the part movement of the worker with respect to its machines or allied operations. Okay, it is the movement recording the path to improve workplace layout. We have to want to improve the workplace layout, so that is the, or we record the how much scrap is being generated. So these recording generally done by the standardized techniques for recording. Okay, when standardized techniques, the techniques dependent upon the type of information to be recorded. These techniques are dependent upon what type of information we are going to record. So on the basis of that information, we select a particular technique for recording. Then the important step for improvement is existing method and the development of new method. So next thing is the very much important, that we have to select which step should be improved in the current method and according to which we have to develop the new method. And the importance of development depends on how exactly facts about existing method is recorded. So the new method is totally depends upon how exactly the facts of the old methods are recorded. If these methods are not properly recorded, we cannot identify or we cannot develop a new method which can overcome the problems of the existing method. So collection and recording of necessary information is very important task in the method study. Now let's move to the third step. Third step is very important in case of the method study. It is the critical examination of the existing method. Look, the third step is the most important step of the method study, or we can say it is the key step of the method study. This is the key step of whole study. The information available in the form of charts and graphs after step 2 can now be thoroughly studied and analyzed in order to detect the production stages where improvement in method is possible. In step 2, we have recorded the complete information about our method. Okay, so we have taken each and everything. So we have recorded those methods in the form of the charts, in the form of the graphs, okay, in the form of the different tools, that how the process is done, how the material is moving. So we have recorded each and everything. Now in this third method, we have to analyze those particular information to identify the improved method. Okay, we have to check each and every movement, we have to check each and every operation, and we have to ask ourselves that how it can be improved. So this is achieved by questioning the different activities of the process in a systematic, logical, and objective manner. What I have told that we have to ask ourselves that is this, how can we improve this particular method? So this improvement can be done by asking the questions for different activities in a systematic, logical, and objective manner. The questioning sequence follows as well as establish, pattern, examine. Now, the first thing we have to ask that the purpose for which the activity is undertaken. Second, the place at which the activity is undertaken. Third, the sequence in which the activity is undertaken. Fourth, the person by whom the activity is undertaken, and the means by which the activities is undertaken. We have to ask these questions along with when we club this thing. So we will find out the option that should we eliminate this particular method, or should we simplify it or combine it with something else or rearrange it. So we have to ask like this, that the purpose for which the activity is undertaken with view to eliminate, simplify, combine, or rearrange those activities. So the thing is, the sixth question that the questions we should ask: first part, what purpose we are using it; the place at which the activity is undertaken; the sequence in which the activity is going; the person by whom the activity is undertaken; and the means by which the activity is undertaken. And with view to eliminate that particular activity, simplify that particular activity, combine those activities, or rearrange those activities. So in combination of these questions, we would find the answer for the improved method. The various elements of the work or job to improve the work method. Okay, now these are the different elements which improve the working method. So these questions can help in the development of the new method by getting the answers of what should be done, when should be done, who should do it, where should it be done, and how should it be done. Whenever we are in the development of new method, we have to ask these questions. Okay, on the basis of answers of these questions, we will get the possibilities, or we will get the simple things about that how the method could be developed. So the basic questions are very much what should be done, when should be done, who should do it, where should it be done, and how it should be done. So these questions are very much important, and the following improvements are possible on the basis of answers to these questions. Okay, the improvements which are possible are: number one, improvement in the material flow. We can improve the flow of material so that it can move from one place to another very easily. Improvement in working conditions. Working conditions can be improved so that worker can work fast. Improvement in manufacturing techniques. We can use the new manufacturing techniques so that the rate of manufacturing can be increased. Improvement in critical routine. This is the most important. The routine can be improved. Routine, whenever we work, the routine is being set. So we have to improve that particular routine. So by getting the answers for these questions, we can improve the critical routine. And reduction in the material waste. We can reduce the waste material so that our productivity will be increased. In this way, a well-conducted examination will determine the purpose, place, sequence of these activities and the person performing them and resources by which it can be performed so as to select the best for optimum out of possible alternatives. In this way, we can identify the new improved method, that what should we keep in that particular new improved method. So next one is to develop the new improved method. Now, when we develop a new improved method, the analysis of existing work method can provide the starting point for a synthesis of suggested improvement in job performance. Whenever we want to improve the new method, first we need the analysis of the previous method. Whenever we get that particular analysis, it would be easy to create a new improved method. The technique specially designed for improving work method is called the process improvement formula. Okay, so the process improvement formula is having the 4 steps. Number 1, eliminate unnecessary activities. Number 2, combine 2 or more activities. Number 3, sequence the various activities properly. And 4th one is to simplify the activities. By using this particular formula, we can develop the new method. Now, using this formula, how will this be helpful in developing? So complete elimination of unwanted activities is the most important step in developing an improved method. We have to eliminate all the unwanted activities that are carried out during the working process so that we can get the improved method. Now, if elimination is not possible, then we have to check the possibility of combining the different activities. When we see that in these particular methods, the elimination of a particular method is not possible, so we have to check for that combination, that how we can combine that particular activity to a different activity. The next strategy is development stage. So it is to identify the scope of changes in sequence of operations or activities. So we have to check for the change in the sequence of operations so that the time can be reduced and the new method can be developed. And the last and the most important and the expensive step in the process of the method development is the simplification of activities in order to allow the operation or worker to complete the job more quickly and easily by reducing the number of operation, reducing and eliminate delays and storage, etc. And the last step, which is an expensive one, that we have to combine the operations. Okay, we should allow workers to simplify the operation, combine them, and take the less time for completing that particular job. Now, the new method should possess the following aspects. Number 1, full use of the worker's body. It should be used complete body of the worker, that each and every part of the worker can be used and without giving the extra fatigue to the worker. This should be the most important thing. Now, second, arrangement of the workplace. We have to rearrange the workplace so that worker can easily reach to his desired object. And third, design of tools and equipments. We have to design new tools and equipments according to our work so that the minimum tools can be required at the time of working. The acceptance of new method is mainly depend upon the cost benefit, trade union approach, working house, and security requirements, etc. So we have created the new method, but its acceptance is totally depend upon the cost benefits of it, trade unions approach, how trade unions see that particular method, working hours and security requirement, what are those particular things. On the basis of these, the new method can be accepted. Now, we have to install the new improved method. Now, the installation of the new improved method involves some steps that according to those steps, we have to install the new method. The number one thing is the training of those who are going to utilize new method. We have to train the workers or train the particular persons who are using that particular new method. So they should get training for it. Cooperation of supervisory staff and operator is essential for installation of new method. The supervisory staff who are supervising the whole operations and the operators who are using that particular method should be cooperate at a complete time so that the new method can be installed. New method should be entrusted to responsible person. The very much important thing, the responsible person should have trust in new method that this new method will improve the productivity or will resolve my problems. This faith should be there with the responsible persons. The new method can be further improved by continuous observations and discussions. Once the new method is installed, it can be improved by continuous observations and discussions that, and on paper maybe we can't do some things, but while doing the things practically, we can observe something new and we can add on to it. So trial runs should be there, should be carried out, during which the minor modifications may be made to facilitate working. Trial runs should be there so that the minor modifications can be done. Now, any method selected is ultimately to be utilized by the employees in an environment created by the management. So employees and management should be subjected to intensive analysis so that the proposed method is operated in best possible manner. Okay, so this one is thing about the new improved method. Now, we have installed the new improved method, but the installation is not the only thing that should a method study do. We have to maintain that particular new method. It should not be done that we install the new method and after some point of time we came back to our old method and working on it. No, we have to maintain that particular method. So how the improved method can be maintained? So even after the workers have been trained, requisite changes in the machines and layout has been incorporated, there is no guarantee that the method will be used in its way as it was designed. Okay, this is the thing what I'm talking about, that the new method should be maintained properly. The proper functioning and installed method is ensured by periodic checks and verification. We have to check the method periodically so that we can identify that yes, our improved method is running or the people is going back to their old methods. The purpose of checks is to determine if the method is being adopted and practiced in the same or it has some deviation from the selected one. So think what I have said, that the method should be checked so that it can be checked that the method is adopted or not. The reason for deviation, if any, should be explored and the required changes may be incorporated in the procedure being practiced so as to revert back to the authorized or selected one. If the method is not using and there are some deviations during the method, so those deviations should be required and should the reason for that particular deviation should be explored, that why those deviations are happening, and revert back to the authorized or the selected person so that he can go back and improve that particular improved, so that install his particular improved method. The view of a person concerned like operators, supervisors with the installed method can be of much help in exploring further improvements in the system. The workers or the operators that using those particular method are their feedback is very much important. On the basis of their feedback we can improve in that particular method. So therefore the method should be reviewed at intervals to provide allowances for any changes. So that method should be reviewed on time to time basis so that the new allowances or the changes may be provided for that particular method. So that's a student from today's class. We have seen the procedure of the method study. That's all from my side today. Thank you. Have a great day.